I'm gonna press record, but I think I mean you guys know how I feel about you. I love you girls. And instead of me like kind of talking what I was gonna talk about and preaching, we can do that call next month when it gets closer to the end of the month. Because honestly, if people don't listen to it until tomorrow, like it doesn't give them
I
enough
know it doesn't make a difference. Yeah.
subject
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. So let's just kind of talk through how things are going. I'm gonna get a little wine and then I'll be right back.
I'm glad you're feeling better. I felt so bad. Like,
Yeah, it was really frustrating. Really frustrating because it just was like it went from like one thing to another and I was just like, am I ever gonna feel better? It was
well, and Jacob was so sick for so long, and then he finally starts feeling better, and then you got this. It's
yeah,
like this. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, can we catch a break?
Today this side of my throat started hurting and I was like, no, I'm
You're
not.
like, no, 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 no.
I said to my husband, I'm like, we're not doing this again. Like, I can't go through it.
So I think we should still share this with the team, and I know that between the three of us, we have huge goals for ourselves this year. So I think we should kind of talk through that and talk about where we're at and kind of, what we're doing to overcome the struggles that we're having right now. What our goals are and how we're setting those and what we're going to do in order to get there. So, I mean, I know Lindsay for sure, I think you guys are in a very different place in your business, which I think is really inspiring to like a lot of coaches. So, I mean, if you guys don't mind sharing, and then I can share as well kind of where I am. To be honest, I feel like I really need to reevaluate now my goals and share them again with the team. I can't believe it's June. I can't believe we are already 6 months into the year. To be honest, I feel like this beginning of the year is a blur to me, if I'm being completely honest. And it's not like I've obviously stopped doing the daily disciplines and I've completely got off track with the business and my future and kind of where I see this taking me. But I do think I haven't been as focused as I could be and as organized as I wanted to be going into this year. So, a huge part of my kind of goal this year is to get more organized. And I see this just doing that as a team. I think it's really strong. Lindsay, you're putting in an effort to do that. I know Holly, honestly, I really think you've always been organized, even though you don't think you have. Like, when you used to tell me what you were doing for your challengers and your coaches and like making these folders and like doing all this stuff, I was like that kind of organization and like just understanding like a process, like this is what I do for everyone, I thought was really amazing. I think as a business you were organized, but how it fit into your life, it wasn't organized. So I think you have a big part of it already there. Like, I think you have the part of it that a lot of coaches actually struggle with kind of already figured out, like how like the things that you need to be providing coaches in order for them to be successful, like following up with them, like making sure they have everything they need. Like, that's really strong. And I want you to, like, I was thinking about it like the last few days, like I want you to remember that. And I want you to be like happy and proud of that. I mean, cause you did that all on your own. Like, I didn't do that kind of stuff. Like, you just created that on your own. And that for me was like so exciting because I was like, she's really stepping up like as a leader and as a really great coach and going above and beyond to make sure that people feel cared about and they have all the tools they need in order to be successful. Because, that's what it's all about. I was talking with a new coach, actually just messaging her before the call. And she'd been talking about like 3 people. She hasn't signed anyone up yet. And one girl was like, oh, I can probably find it cheaper online, which obviously isn't positive. And then other people were talking about how, they just weren't committing. And she was talking about what you get with Beachbody and the support and the accountability and all the tools. And it really made me think like how much we have to hit that home more often and what like the amazing opportunity that we're offering people. Like, it's not just a program. I mean, we all know. I mean, I've tried every program in Quick Fix my entire like in my life. I mean, I was like the queen of it late night. It would like I actually was talking to someone the other day and joking about how I bought that thing that wrapped around your stomach that vibrated and it was supposed to give you abs. I mean, like, I've tried it all. Like, it's really embarrassing. But like getting people to see the value and, offering them that coach support and everything, but like really following through with that, I think is so, so important. Like, not just making a sale and like leaving it at that and then not talking to the person again. So, I mean, I think both of you do like such a good job at that is, really making people feel like they have someone there in order to help them. And that's what this is all about. And that inspires them to want to take this journey further and to want to become a coach. And so anyway, so I just wanted to say that and acknowledge that I think you guys are doing a really great job at that,
Yeah, I think that, it's interesting right now because, and it's not just from what I'm experiencing on my team, but what I'm hearing on the leadership boards and everything is that this was a really hard month for a lot of people. From the bottom to the top, like it feels like there are a lot of objections going on, a lot of people pushing back. And that definitely happens like some months are slightly easier than others, but it does seem to feel like it's getting slightly more challenging. And so I think as a team, if we can figure out a way to figure out, maybe focus less on the pain points, focus less on the objections, and focus more on the people who do commit and why they commit. So to your point, like, is it the community? Is it that one-on-one coaching? Is it that it's people who just need this to be a lifestyle change? Like they have hit rock bottom and they just need an open door for them. Like, what is it who are the people that we can welcome into our community because they need us and we need them,
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of objections going on. I'm just figuring out, like, how can we better target the people that we can help best?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like you said, I've been seeing that in the leadership pages too. It's interesting though. I don't feel like I've actually just made another challenge pack sale. I just got the confirmation. Yay. I'm not feeling that right now. And really a lot of what I was going to talk about tonight, and I'll hit on it a bit, is like really changing your mindset to, I think, especially when it's a tough month and you're seeing this too, and you're like, honestly, coaches posting that in these leadership pages, I feel like is really bad because then people it's nice to know that you're not alone in it, but at the same time, it makes people get in that mindset where like, it's almost like you can go to excuse mode because you're like, oh, it's just a difficult month. Everyone's having a hard time. So like,
No, it's so true. That's so true. And then, because for me, my personality, I don't go down that road. I'm like, well, whatever, it's a hard month, so I just need to try harder. Like, but I think that a lot of people don't have that mindset and they just do. They're like, okay, well, I'll try again next month. But instead of thinking, I need to dig deeper, I need to talk to more people, I need to figure out who it is out there, because there is a few people, there are 3 people that I can help out there, and how do I find them? Because I'm constantly thinking that way. I'm like, okay, what am I doing wrong that I'm not reaching these people? I think that's my point. Like, there's something that I don't know. I always blame it on myself, right? I'm like, okay, what could I be doing differently to reach out to more people, to connect with more people, whatever. So it's encouraging our coaches on our teams to find that inside of them, to never give up. I was talking to a coach today and she said, I'm having 8 conversations right now. It might not happen this month, but I'm feeling really good about next month. And I'm like, you still have 2 days left, girlfriend. I'm like, keep talking to these people, because I have to imagine maybe 3 of them would want to commit this month. Like, what's holding them back? And she's like, oh yeah, I guess I kind of forgot I did have 1 day left, and I don't want anyone to give up. Like, I don't like that giving up mindset. Like, just keep going. Like, why not? I don't know.
No, I agree. And I've had that. I think a lot of the time in this business, I think when you struggle as a coach and you step up as a leader, you can't always relate to every side of the business. Like, I can't relate to people. Of course, there have been times in this business where I felt like I was giving up, but like the majority of the time, I'm like you, Lindsay. Like, I'm like, no, like I honor and like kind of, like bring on that excitement, and I'm like, I don't care if this is a difficult month, like I'm gonna prove myself wrong and like do well. So it's like I have that fighter attitude. I've always had that never give up attitude. But I think it's a natural thing. I do think it's natural for people, and especially like, I know what this, like another note, like kind of going along with that, like I know what this the challenge pack, I was talking this about Holly earlier, I know what the challenge pack sales are next month, but I haven't posted them yet in the page because I know people are going to see them and be like, ooh, yay, like I can wait a few more days and then I get like these really good sales. And to be honest, what is the freaking sale? And I know, Holly, you love sales, but what is $20? Like, really, is that like a deal breaker for people? Like, I'm sorry, like for me, it's exciting to know you got a sale, but for me, it's not like it's $50. Like, it's not like it's like this huge sum of money. And the whole idea is the attitude and mindset of never giving up and seeing the value in these products. There are other competitors that do what we do and sell health and fitness products, and they're like $200 or more easily. I mean, and people are buying them. Why are they buying them? Because people do a good job showing the value in them. And sometimes when there's a higher price tag, people get excited about that and they think, ooh, something really special. So like, and I know I've done this and I did it today, and I offered kind of an opportunity for people online and said that I would give them a special gift worth $50. But at the same time, like, think about it, do it in moderation, do it right, and don't kind of cheapen the product. Like, we need to have that attitude of never giving up, but also showing people that these products are the best out there. Because honestly, guys, we know that. We believe that. I know everyone on this call does. I don't know if everyone on the page does yet, but I absolutely know that we believe it. I mean, both of your transformations are insane. Like, you know, like, don't forget about that. Just share that. Like, remind people, like, that you couldn't have done that with any other products. And I know that sounds a little like crazy, and I think people, when you kind of go there, they're like, okay, she's a nutball. Like, of course there's other products that could help you get there, but it's everything Beachbody brings, right? It's because of products, or it's because of workouts of 30 minutes or less. It's because you have this amazing community of people that support you. It's because a nutrition plan is simple. Like, of course there's other options, but this just fits into people's lives, and it, you know, they just end up being successful for that reason.
Well, and I think too, to your point, Heather, you know, you're talking about incentives and when the price point is lower versus higher and the whole thing, like, you know, obviously 21-day fixed challenge pack hasn't been on sale for a while. So you're thinking, okay, well, next month, maybe it'll be on sale and these people will start to, you know, commit. So this weekend I had someone else I was talking with, and, you know, she was like kind of on the edge. She's like, I'm going to talk to my husband and the whole thing. And I know this is going to help her. And I wanted her to commit this month. And I reached back out and I'm like, okay, what do I have that can add value? And I'm like, maybe it'll be on sale next month. Maybe it'll be better for her. But I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I can add some value this month, I'll feel better about it. And, you know, she's going to want to commit. So I had a Fixate cookbook lying around because I have extras of those. And I reached out because I was thinking about running a Memorial Day sale. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll offer it to her to see if this will help her this month commit, right? Because I'd rather give it to someone that I've already been speaking with and chatting with that I know is ready to go. And she goes, yeah, and she actually got back. So I go, I was thinking about running this promotion, but I wanted to offer it to you first because we've been chatting. So if this is something you're interested in, you know, let me know. And that had her get back to me. We chatted on the phone and she's going to order. And so I feel good about it because she's getting another, you know, added benefit this month from purchasing, even though it's not on sale. It's at the $160 price. And I find out that she wants to lose 5 pounds by the 23rd or something. She's leaving for a vacation. So if she had waited those extra 3 days, that's another 3 days she wouldn't be committing to the program. She wouldn't have it. So, you know, I think you're right, Heather, that I think some people might wait for these sales, for these promotions, for these other things. But you're right. Like, they can start. Why not start now? Like, just what do we need to do to offer value now, I guess, is my point.
And I think a lot of it is connecting with who they are. And like I was, you know, the lead pipeline document that I shared in the page today, like all of the things that I'm telling people that you should find out about people, like it's for a reason. Like, I know people don't like to think of this as sales. And I know, Lindsay, you have the same mindset as me. It's like, this is a business. Like, when you research, like, take Beachbody out of the equation, like one of the best things that I'm realizing you can do in this business is just Google, like, things around business that we do. Like, Google, like, what do salespeople do? Like, it doesn't have to be Beachbody related. Like, honestly, it's almost better, I'm realizing, if it's not. Like, just have that business mindset of, okay, how do I be successful? So I was doing this research, and like any salesperson will say to you, the way to really make a sale and to really like personalize it and to dig deep with someone and to really understand their needs and wants, which is what we should do as coaches. Like, we're helping to change someone's life. Do they need it financially? Do they need it physically? I mean, maybe, and that's it, guys. Like, I think we always think of this too as from always a physically standpoint. Like, you know, Liz Hartkey had posted, like, her big thing, like my coach's big thing is not the physical transformation. It's a life transformation. And Bonnie Engel focuses on that too. So it's like, it doesn't always have to be the personal transformation. The point is to get to know people and to understand where they are in their life. What are they currently struggling with? How can they help? You may completely miss someone if all you focus on is the health and fitness component, because they're not really looking for that. They're actually looking to get out of debt. They're looking to be a stay-at-home and they're looking for these other things. So just talk with people. Just get to know them. Like, this is what we talk about forming. Like, don't make it fake. Just, like, ask them real questions. Relate to them. Say, hey, this for me, because this is, like, my story. Like, this for me started as a personal transformation, but I also knew what this could do for me financially, and I had this vision, and it ended up becoming that. It ended up becoming so much bigger. People, maybe they'll connect with that more, you know, like, I think we really need to get that message out, and like Lindsay's saying, like, understand what it is that they're looking for, because if not, you're going to miss the mark. If you connect with them, really what this means for them, they won't be able to say no, because they'll just see the opportunity. They'll see the value in it, you know?
Agreed.
And when I was preparing for the call tonight too, I was looking a lot about, like, you know, the subject was how to reach your goals in the last 72 hours of the month. And a lot of what I was learning and what I was going to talk about, what we still can talk about, is, like, it's okay to give people a deadline. It's okay to, like, make a sense of urgency and make them commit. Like, we talk about this all the time, like, set a date to challenge groups. And I even don't do it sometimes because I'm so scared that if I make a date, someone doesn't want to commit to that date, that I'm going to lose them. But we need to change our mindset. I realize I need to change my mindset. I got to be consistent with this. Of course, it's the biggest, if it's the first week of the month, you have a little bit more time to form with people and be flexible. But when it comes to the mid-month or end of the month, like, you know, I was listening to a call with Jeff Hill into it today. If you guys know him, he's kind of a high up person in Beachbody corporate. And he was saying people in their entire life always have this structure. They always have a deadline. They actually want someone to tell them what they need to do and when they need to do it. So don't think of it as, like, you being, you know, nasty or pushy or anything like that, because people really actually like them having a deadline and being like, actually, you need to order now in order to be in the group at this point. It's actually not a bad thing. So I think we have to shift our mindset in that. And that also kind of sticks with the whole adding value and showing people what these products could, when you tell them, like, nope, you're not going to be in the group unless you do this, like, it makes it more exciting for them. It's like when you're holding, like, a lot of the top coaches, my mentor is giving me this advice too, you know, don't just take anyone as a coach, like, make it special. Like, tell them, like, oh, it's my new apprentice coach training, like, you have to apply to maybe be, like, accepted. So, like, I'm not accepting everyone. Like, I'm accepting, like, people that really want to take this seriously. And again, I think it's hard to switch your mindset in order to do that, because you just want to make a sale. You just want to help someone. You want to bring them on. But if you can do that, I think you'll be connecting with more people and you'll really see the value that it brings.
Yeah, I think one thing that's helped me, especially at the end of the month, is definitely, well, first of all, anytime you post a transformation photo, I'm just doing bare bones basics, and not even just like your average transformation body, like anything different. Like, I got a bunch of people messaging me just for my stupid photo about my butt growing. Like, the amount of feedback. Like, I got people reaching out and saying, hey, I saw your transformation photo and I really need to get in shape. And all I did was just show that I grew my butt. But people like that vulnerability. Like, they like those types of posts, even though it's the hardest thing in the world. I even asked Heather, remember? I messaged Heather and I'm like,
that was amazing. She's like, can you see my butt bigger? I was like, yeah. I was like, look at that thing.
Because I was literally like, I don't know if I can post this. Is it even a difference? Are people going to be like, seriously, Lindsay? But I'm telling you, that gets so much it gets so many people thinking. They're like, shoot, like, if she can do it, I can do it too. So that's like a bare bones basic. If you need attention at the end of the month, like, post a transformation photo, leverage Transformation Tuesday, you know?
Absolutely. And I think I did this last year too. And I think something that's really powerful. And again, it comes back to, like, oh, this coach posted something today oh, what did she say? Oh, it was so cute. So she was working out with her daughter, and she said it's not about being a fitness model, it's about being a role model. And I thought that was amazing, because I was like, holy shit, like I'm totally posting that once I have a kid, because that is what it's about. It is not about being perfect. One of the best transformations for me, like when I posted it, was last year. So I showed where I got with my Beachbody journey in the beginning. And then like where I was now, and then like where I like that I talked about that I wanted to get back there. Like I had fallen off track, like I wasn't where I wanted to be, and that inspired people. Like I think, yeah, so I think it was like before I started Beachbody, then where I got, and then where I was again. Like basically I didn't stay looking like exactly how I wanted to look, and that inspires people. And
people don't like perfection, or you know what, some people do. And there are coaches out there who are perfect and they have these amazing fitness bodies, and they're probably going to attract other fitness-minded people to join their tribe, and that's amazing. But, I think even as a team, I can pretty much 100% say that, like, we're attracting real people who just want to live a healthier lifestyle. We want that balance. We want to have fun, but we want to, just be healthy for our family and our, like,
absolutely.
People don't like perfect.
I think that's a good post too. Like I could post a photo, like, and I'm thinking this is a great post, like posting a photo of myself and being like, hey, I may not have 8-pack abs, but I'm healthy from the inside out. Like I know that I'm fueling my body every day with good things. I still work out every day, but I live my life. I live it in balance. And that's what it's about. And yeah, and I mean, Holly, maybe that could even be a post for you. Like I know, and I'm not trying to call you out like that you fall off track, but like, we've talked about it, and it's like inspiring people to join you again, because like it helps, it's so helpful, and like real people inspire. Like they want to know that you're a real person, that you have the same struggles, but you're strong enough to get back on track, and you're not completely going to lose yourself. Like we all know people are so hard on themselves. Like I used to be so hard on myself. I used to be a perfectionist. That's why I had an eating disorder. Like image is such a big thing. Like society tells you have to be stick thin. To be honest, like Colleen Eddy, I don't know if you guys saw it, posted
I loved it. It was so good.
It was amazing. If you didn't see it, Holly, you have to look back. So she did a transformation, and she's like the start of her Beachbody journey. She was super skinny, and then now she's actually bigger, but like literally looks like a freaking strong badass.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm bigger, but I'm healthier. And the post was incredible, because that's what people want to be. They think they want to be this stick thin thing. I used to want to be it too. But you know what? When I wake up in the morning and like my body's strong, like I know I can do things. I know I'm healthy. You go to the doctor, like the results come back great. You're like, great. Like obviously I'm doing the right thing. And I mean, a lot of people would say that I look better than someone that's stick thin. Like that doesn't matter, honestly, to me anymore. Like it matters how I feel about myself and the strength and confidence that comes from within me. And that's what it's about. And that's why those type of posts are so inspiring, because people at that point don't think you're trying to just sell them something, because they're a real person. Like they're connecting with your journey,
We lost Lindsay, but I keep, I'm taking a lot of notes, but one of the things I wanted to talk about is like how not to be afraid too, that if you don't have something to share someone else's journey, because that's something I've never really done. And I did it the other day with you, because I've never tried the 3-day refresh. It was actually something I've always been afraid to try, and I've gotten to a point in my journey now where I need to try it. It's something that, I saw your post the other day, and I was like, that's what I need. I need a jump start. I need something to like relight that fire. And, I didn't have results to share, but I wanted to invite people to do it with me. And so I shared your results, and I talked about that, and I was real about it. I'm like, hey, I've never tried this before, but I'm going to try it.
Yeah. And your post was great. I thought it was so fantastic. And I mean, that's the thing too. I think I need to share that more on the page and offer that opportunity. And I think we all should, as coaches, is offer that opportunity more. And, if Lindsay has great results and she's fine with people sharing them, or Holly, you're fine with people using your 21-day fix results, like I think that's really powerful in order to come together as a team in order to help each other. Because you're right. I mean, not everyone has like say maybe I wanted to do a Body Beast challenge group. I don't have Body Beast results. So like, maybe you could borrow someone else's. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I think using those tools too, is really great. And like you said,
I was like, I knew I wanted to do the challenge group and I knew I wanted to join, but I was kind of like, all right, well, I want to invite other people to join, but how do I do that? How do I invite? And then, I saw your open invite to let people use that picture. And I was like, all right, well, I can do that. I can talk about her. And, because immediately I think, well, why are people, people are going to think, why does she have pictures of Heather, on her thing? So I just explained it.
Yeah.
It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to say and to keep the post tight enough, but I think it came out good, and I got some people that were interested in doing it.
Yeah.
So, it was neat, because it's definitely like I was putting myself out there because it's something I've never tried, but I was also like using other people's results to show that it's a program that I trust because I've seen the results.
So I was listening to a podcast, and I think this fits in well to what you're saying, and it was talking about this transition with it was talking about blogging, but I feel like you can kind of bridge the gap between blogging and what we do, sharing on social media. And it was talking about, as a society, when it comes to marketing and what people are interested in reading about and seeing, is that it was talking about how we've gone from a how-to society to a me-too society. And it's like, rather than people trying to look up how to do something, wanting to read those like, okay, this is what you should do, and these are the answers, and you should do this, that it's more now about what people can relate to. They're looking more inwards. They're wanting to just be a part of something that they feel good about because it sits well with them, and that they can, like I said, they can relate to. And I just feel like that totally fit into what we're doing. And it makes it even more important that we're just being our authentic selves and sharing what we do. So Holly, to your point, like, so what? So I don't know what program you were talking about, but you hadn't done it yet. So what? It doesn't mean you have to know everything about this program. You're just saying, all right, here I am. If anyone else is there too, then join me. You don't need to have all the answers. And I think as coaches, sometimes we feel like we need to, that we need to be like, okay, like if I don't know all the answers, how am I going to coach someone? And that's not the point.
Well, it was kind of neat for me because it was a program that I've always been afraid to try. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, this program is from Beachbody. This program is something I've seen my friends using. Why am I afraid to do it? And really, I think I was afraid because it's hard. People are afraid to do hard things. And so while I'm doing, it's a 3-day process, I feel like I can share a lot during that process, and I can like show people like it's not as scary as it seems.
So it's a refresh. Sorry, that's what my refresh. I lost batteries, so I was so I had to go.
I'm doing the 3-day refresh challenge.
Yeah.
So we were talking about how I shared Heather's results because I don't have my own to share, but I wanted to show people why I would want to do a program like that.
But that's awesome. So you being like, guys, I'm a little scared about this. Like, I don't know what this is going to be like. This is going to be hard for me. I've never done it before. How many people can relate to that? Thinking to themselves, and I don't care whether it's a refresh or a program or a getting up a little bit earlier every day. Everyone knows that feeling of, I'm a little scared to do something different. And that's the other thing. Don't even just think of this as trying to relate to someone else who wants to do a refresh. The feeling that you have is what people are going to relate to. And that's what we need. That's what we need to
Feeling. Yes. So, and then combining that feeling, that honesty, with someone who actually had got results and it worked for it. Like, it was brilliant. Like, it was a brilliant post, Holly. It was so good.
Yeah.
Well, and it was super late at night. It was really close to the deadline of when people would have to. I mean, I even looked and was like, am I going to get this in time? Because I had been off. I had the funeral this weekend and I had been offline, and I saw this and I was like, it was just weird. I saw your post and I just knew it was time for me to do it, and I'm like, well, if it's my time, it might be
someone else's. Yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
I said it's really late, but I'm going to post anyway.
That's a good post too. Like, I just, like, something hit me today that I felt like it was just my time for this, and maybe it's your time too. I love that.
And like, Holly, don't be afraid. Like, I would love it. Like, post that in the team page too. Because honestly, like, there's so many coaches, because for me personally, the refresh, like, it just doesn't appeal to me. It's not my thing. It probably never will be, because I'm trying to gain weight, and I can't possibly survive on shakes and like veggies. It's just not my thing. But there are probably people on my team that would see your post and be like, this is my time. I'm nervous about it, but I really want to do this. That could inspire other people on our team who are just waiting to have that sign to do something different, you know?
I had never gotten to that point where I felt like, oh, I need a reboot. I'm off track. But I mean, I haven't been able to work out for almost 2 weeks. So, you know, and then when you're not working out, your meal planning goes way off because you're like, oh, I didn't work out today. You know, there's so many different things that.
But you're not alone. You are brave, Holly. Not a lot of people are able to see that sign that maybe it's time to like do something different.
Right.
Like
Change
even as a team, it's hard. Like it's, I don't know. I admire you for being able to do that, to kind of like, okay, here's where I'm at now. I'm not giving up. I can't work out right now, but I'm going to do something different. You know, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And I agree. Like, I really am trying to create this community and the team page and like grow that as much as possible. So I have a new success partner I'm super excited about. And she was saying that, so she's a coach under Alyssa Shoemaker, who's under Melanie Mitro. So like major. So like, she's amazing. And, she's like, it's all about, she's like, it's fine for your coaches to go off and be a leader. Like, Lindsay, you're so much a leader. But honestly, I keep talking about this, and I know you're creating an amazing team culture in your page. But if we can do it even bigger, if we can do it in mind, like, she runs all of her trainings, all of her challenge groups together as a huge team. She's like, the energy that it builds, the momentum, the excitement. Like, she's just crushing it. Like, she's already, I think, enhanced like 5 diamonds in her downline, like in her personal downline this year. Like, it's this momentum. And she basically, how it happened is because our coaches were trying to do it on their own, and like, not people were having success, but like no one was having like real success. So she just had a heart to heart with them and was like, hey, we're better together. Like, let's just do this. And that's been my saying for a while now, and like trying to do this. And she's like, yeah, like, you absolutely have to implement it. She shared with me her calendar. So like, I'm trying to put thought into it and to do it well and to try to like get you guys on board. But, and again, Lindsay, I know like you already have your thing going on. So like, we can talk about this offline, but it's like this type of culture though, like this is honestly, I feel like why Drop the Cookie has been so successful, because there's so much buy-in with the team. Like, we need that energy. We need people excited about it. Like, you know, they want to feel part of something so amazing and so exciting. And like, I think the new coaches that struggle, or even older coaches that struggle, and they're still questioning, can I do this? And they see other people that they're close to, that they know, giving it so much effort and excited about it and posting the team page, like sharing things like that, Holly. Like, I need to be better about like sharing other stuff too in the team page. And when they see the momentum and they're like, oh, like, she struggles too, but she's actually doing really well. She's a diamond coach. She's growing. They're like, I can do this too. Like, we need more of that. Like, people really believing and people thinking I can do it too because that person can do it. You know,
no,
like,
I'm constantly, like the past 2 months, I've made a huge effort. I'm starting to focus not just on, you know, Success Club points and the whole thing, but I'm sharing posts that have been successful that coaches have done, whether it's a vulnerable post they did or a post that got a lot of engagement. This month, I'm implementing a marketing calendar for everybody, and I did a call on it last week, and I think it's going to be huge for our team because we're all, basically, you have your free group date, you have your challenge group start date, and you have your coach sneak peek date. And then you're able to back into a posting schedule from that. Like, I'm trying to take the pressure off the team of thinking when to post and what to post. And all they need to figure out is how to infuse themselves into that plan. Like, because, you know, that's what we do.
That's the thing, and that's my point. Like, I've been posting those calendars for the last 3 months, but there's no buy-in. Like, no one else is on board with them.
That's why I did the call, Heather. I literally walked through the June calendar, and I was like, this is what it means, because I did the same thing. I've been doing marketing calendars for the past, this is my 3rd month in a row, and Carrie and I were the only ones who were following it. I think that everyone needs that, like, face-to-face explanation, and the reason for why it's going to save them time, it's going to make them more productive, and it's going to help you hit Success Club like 2.5 weeks into the month. If you share it that way, like,
I mean, would you be willing to do the same one through all of our teams, like creating one calendar we all stick to?
I mean, yeah, the reason I chose this, and I don't know what your success partners calendar looks like, and I'd love to talk to you about it to see the differences.
Yeah.
I did this based on some count. Like I love, me and my girl Mel Mitro. So I kind of watched some calls that she's done and her reasoning for it, and giving yourself those 2 weeks for your challenge group, invites and the whole thing, and the whatever. I kind of am following her on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, let's all do it as a team. I think it's important because we can support each other and what we're posting. And if people ask you, I don't know what to post, you start saying, are you following the marketing calendar? You need to have a purpose for your posting. What are you trying to drive people towards? Are you trying to offer them free value? Are you trying to get them, to your challenge group? Are you trying to get them to join the coaching opportunity? And if you segment your month that way, so you have a focus point, it just makes so much sense as a business. You're creating a system, and then your coaches can then share that same calendar with their coaches.
Absolutely.
And, it's duplicable.
Yeah. So I definitely think because I looked at your calendar today, I definitely think incorporating the posting part is huge, especially for our teams right now. Hers is more around training and what she shared with me, and it's obviously stems from Melanie Mitro too, because that's her upline, but it's just such a process. Like, it's such a detailed, easy, simple process to follow. So as a whole team, they run, and I'm going to try and put these together for us, a 5-day to Emerald training, which is crazy, 5 days, but honestly,
it's not crazy.
I was just going to say, but people think it's crazy, but you can get to Emerald in a day if you really want.
I know. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I got to Emerald in a day. It's not, you just have to, it depends. It's figuring out what people want. If they do want to go that route, then this is how you do it,
Yeah. Well, and then honestly, signing up your spouse, because they should be at the top of your thing, is you already get you halfway to Emerald. So it's 2 people. It's absolutely possible. So so she has a 5-day Emerald group. And then right after that, after that 5 days, there's a 30-day to Diamond group. And this is every month. It's just they plug people in, and this is just how it works. And on top of that, she's a sneak peek every week, whether that's a Facebook group or it's a live call, whatever trainings in place that everyone can utilize. Because to be honest, sneak peeks, I don't know. Sometimes I get annoyed with sneak peeks. I know the value in them, but I don't know what it is. I just need to get my mindset over them. I've gained coaches for them. I don't know why I struggle with it at all, but
we've just been doing a 1 hour event. And the reason I like it is because a bunch of coaches on my team have created videos for it. So I feel like it's more about sharing the team. It's not even if people, if they are interested in coaching, they're probably going to give it a shot, right? So at that point, it's okay, am I going to fit in? I'm nervous. I don't know anybody. What's this like? So I think it's more just sharing a picture of what being a Beachbody coach is kind of like. So I like the idea of sharing those videos of different team members.
Yeah.
Do people ever do, I've always thought of doing this, instead of making a group where you're doing a sneak peek, maybe someone doesn't want to join that group. Can't you just dedicate a week or 5 days or a few days on your timeline or on your page timeline saying just literally giving the sneak peek, and then your audience is already there, the people that are following you.
So that's sort of how we should be running our social media anyway, that. And it's something that I'm trying to infuse more into mine. But honestly, Holly, if you look at what Heather said, Body Angles, or Amy Silverman, a lot of not even the top coaches, but just the coaches who are recruiting a lot of coaches, it's because that's what they share on their social media. They're literally just sharing what it's like to be a coach.
Yeah, just instead of it being a sneak peek, I feel like the people are following, the people that, I watch people, the same people liking Heather's posts all the time and everything like that. They're following her. So she could do what she does in a group, but just on her page, and they're going to see it. Because I think I've struggled a lot with actually getting, people are oh, I want to do it. And then I'm all right, great. You just have to add yourself to this group, or I'll add you and you have to accept it. And they never accept it, or they don't get to see those posts in those 5 days.
But that's why the sneak peek is different, Holly, because Bonnie always talks about she shares through her posts objections, and it's basically an open house sneak peek. But what a sneak peek's good about, what Lindsay's saying, my sneak peek setup right now to share other people's stories. So like other different coaches, because again, not everyone's going to completely relate to my story. Like obviously it got their attention, but when you share other like different things and success stories and like transformations or whatever, and they get like a bigger idea of like what the community is. What Lindsay's doing with her team, what I would love to do as a bigger group is, you know, they're sharing all of their individual stories. So it's not just her speaking. It's not just, you know, it's basically the same thing. It's just more personal. Whereas I'm sharing random coaches' stories where she's just sharing her team stories. So,
and you can't share those random coaches' stories on your page, or you're kind of.
Why would you? Because I don't know. It would be weird, I think. Yeah. I mean, that's absolutely, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I think every day is like a sneak peek into coaching with what you're doing on your page. I think just having, again, it's like a mindset thing, just having an official group that people get added to. There's almost a little more commitment, because at the end of it, you say, okay, who's ready to become a coach? Who's ready to sign up? You know, so it's just different. I mean, you absolutely can have them individually too, and you can send people, you know, I've been thinking of making like a basically sneak peek video, YouTube video, and I could just send someone. Because again, because I don't get excited about the groups, but maybe if I ran it as a team, I'd obviously be more excited about it. But I think you could absolutely do something like that. You could create a video, and it could, I mean, even the video I want to put together for us as a team, like that's a sneak peek right there. Like you could send people that video that talks about why they're a coach and, you know, what this is doing for their life, and anything like that is exciting for people. And it gives them a little insight into the community and what this could do for them, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just trying, I'm doing a lot of research on this part, because that's the part I've struggled with most, just sharing and building the team. And that's what I'm really trying to do as I'm getting back into the swing of things, you know, because I think that's where I got discouraged, and I fell behind because I felt like I didn't have a team except for you know, like I had a team, but it wasn't my team.
What do you think you struggle with the most with bringing on active coaches? Like, do you think you don't know what to talk about? Do you think you're just not attracting the right people?
I think maybe
sharing your vision. Like, are you sharing your vision with people? Do you have a vision? And because I think that's the biggest thing is.
Well, I do, but I think for me, you know, I like to explain to everyone that, you know, all the great things about it and how, you know, I was afraid of this or afraid of that. And I think I give too much information, you know, like I was afraid of all this, and then it's things people never even thought of before. And then
less is more. Less is way more.
Well, and that's right there, Holly. Don't make it about you. Make it about them. Get to know them. Get to know what, before you like vomit all over them, because like you're.
Well, and also I think a lot of people see with me, when I started coaching in the beginning, like you said, I did all those calendars and everything like that. And I do so much for people because I'm a giver, you know, but I think a lot of people think that that's what you have to do as a coach, and that's what's required, and all the time that I was giving was required, when really that's just what I like to do, you know. And it even became too much for me. And I took on too much of, you know, the feelings of when someone, you know, one of my challengers didn't do as well. I took all that onto myself, and it really started to make me.
So I have an honest question for you. An honest question. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this question, Holly?
Yeah.
So think about your time. Think about everything you have going on in your life, and think about building a team. Okay, and think about the time and energy it takes to build the team and the whole thing. What kind of coach would you want on your team? Would you want a coach like who you were when you started? The person who's going to put, you know, tons of time and energy into the things that you've done? Or would you want a coach who understands priorities, understands the balance between business and life, understands that they can only do so much with their time without being burnt out? Like, what kind of coach would you want on your team?
The second kind, you know, so because that's the kind of coach I'm trying to be now, you know.
Okay, so think about that. Think about that transformation, right? Mm-hmm. Think about the change of the type of coach that you're becoming and want to become, and share that part of you. Share that part of you that is ambitious and that wants to make this business work for you and your family, and the person that wants to help people but knows that you can only do so much. in order to succeed at it all. You know what I mean? Because that's the part that you need to put out to the world, because that's the part that's going to attract the right coaches to your team.
I agree. Like, and on that, like when you were talking about the folders and everything, like when I look at that, I actually don't see that as a time builder. I see that as a time saver. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Like, maybe it took you a while to put those together, but like for me, that shows organization.
Once I got it figured out, I was fine. Like once I was like, you know, if you take a day and you're like, all right, I'm going to put all these together, and then you have them, rather than, you know, if I had challengers coming at me when I first started doing it and I was trying to make them and send them, and, you know, and then your child gets sick and all this stuff goes on. But like, now that I have things laid out, I can even share that with my team. Like this
exactly. That's the twist. That it's not
like
that
I've done the work.
You're gonna save, you know, your new coach's time. Like that's what you put out.
And that's the thing. I don't think enough coaches do that. Like my coach absolutely didn't do it for me. Like I try to do it with all of you. Like I try to provide people with everything that I have. Like sharing is caring. Like this is about systems. Like share with them all of your templates for everything. Tell them that, Holly. When you feel like they're overwhelmed, say to them, no, I've already done the work and I'm going to give it to you. Like I'm going to share with you everything that I've done in order to help you to be successful. Like this is what it's about. It's about passing down systems. This is why Melanie Mitro has been the #1 coach the last 2 years, and she's probably going to be it again. Like this is what it's about. It's because she just passes on her things. Like she doesn't work harder, she works smarter. Like this is like, and I know this is like such a huge passion of like mine and Lindsay's, is like to develop these systems, because it just makes it so much easier for everyone. Like
we were talking about free groups on my team and how everyone, you know, is inspired by different types of free groups, but it's like, let's all compile them into one place. And I'm like, any clean eating group I've done, my mornings, my, you know, make your mornings group, any yoga group I've done, I have every post, everything for these 5-day groups, and they're in a Google document for my whole team. Like, take them. Like, if they help you, take them.
Absolutely. I agree. I think share it. Like, and it's crazy. It's like when you become such a bigger part of the community too, like the wall, the 5-star and above page, like you would be amazed with how much people share these systems. And like, I mean, the hardest part at that point is implementing them, because there's stuff every day and you're just like, well, what works for me and my team? But this is what it's about. And there is this community beyond our team that wants us to be successful. And they realize this is what's important. It's the systems. It's what matters. Why do you think they do the wake-up call every Monday? Because to pass this information on. They don't want the star coaches just holding it to them and their team. Because they're trying.
And that's something, Heather, we need to put some more buzz around the national wake-up call. Like, I guarantee I would probably say up to 90% of the team isn't listening to them, and they're awesome.
And you know, when I was in my highest success, I was listening to the wake up calls every Monday. I was running. I would take a run every Monday, so I'm working out, and I would listen to the team call, you know, and I think the winter hit and I stopped running, so I stopped listening to the call. But you know, I've been thinking about that lately, how I have to get back into it, because you just think about the success and you think about the ideas, and it fuels you and it gets you going, it gets you excited. And I always felt, you know, I worked my best on Mondays when I would listen to those calls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a life changer.
Agree.
I feel like everything we're talking about tonight, or a lot of it, like goes back to mindset, and it goes back to like one of the things I was going to talk about is, and I've talked about this a lot, but I still feel like it's not ingraining into people's heads. It's like reconnecting with like the very important as to like what your why is and why you're doing this. Like, why did you become a coach? Like when we're talking about goals and talking about Success Club, like people get so caught up in looking at them as points. And it's like, points don't mean anything to anyone. Like if you look at it as like, what are the success points? Like how many Success Club points am I going to get this month? And I know I talk about Success Club, but I'm just hoping people naturally kind of attach it to something bigger. But I'm realizing we need to talk about it more and more as a team. We need to ingrain this into people and get them in the right mindset. Like, honestly, I was writing today that I think that mindset of just looking at it as Success Club points is suicide in this business. Like, I don't even know why someone would do that. Like we totally have to get out of it, because, I mean, Success Club points is changing lives. Like, it's like building your business. Like, it's bringing in income. It's like, what are you working for? Like, attach it with that. Like, look at it as to like, what are those points doing for your life? Like, what are those points going to do for your business? They're not only going to grow your team, they're going to grow your income. What are you going to use that income from? Like, I think we just have to shift our mindset so much. We need to become a team that understands the value of Success Club, and it's not points, it's what it's actually doing for our lives. It's getting us to where we want to be. You know,
yeah, I love what Colleen Eddy said about it, and it's what you're saying too. It's what is your relationship with Success Club? What's your relationship with it? Because it is a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, for me, and she was like, you know, I realized that not everyone wakes up every morning thinking about like hitting Success Club. And I literally do, because, and you used a word earlier on in the call, Heather, and you said like, use the word honor. Like I literally am honoring the basics of this business. It's helping people. And if I'm not hitting Success Club, I am not helping people. So my relationship with Success Club is, if I'm not hitting it, if I'm not achieving that, it means I'm not doing my job helping people. So that's why I work so hard to hit it.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. And it's just and I think that is a simple shift. I really do. I think it should be simple. You know, I think everyone in this and everyone on our team that is an active coach should absolutely be hitting Success Club every month. I mean, it's helping 3 people. Like, I mean, if you're not, I know people are using the programs. I know they're sharing. So like, we have to dig deep and understand, okay, then why am I not doing it? And I think this is why. I think it's because people are looking at this from too much of a business perspective, and it's just points. Like, what are these points? Like, I need to earn Success Club for the business. No, you need to earn Success Club for your life, for what this is doing for you, for the reasons why you wanted this in the first place, why you signed up as a coach. Not only to help people, but to get to where you wanted to be in your life. I mean, you know.
I think it's also not connecting with enough people, because I think if all you're doing is relying on your posts, then you're hoping that the people you can help are just going to naturally come to you. Yeah. Whereas if you're genuinely connecting with people and you're listening to their hardships, you're listening to their challenges, you're really digging deep into their lives and figuring out like how you can help them, it is going to happen. You know, and there are hard months when you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I'm emotionally drained, and you almost put up that roadblock on yourself. You're like, I can't possibly reach out to more people because I don't have it in me. But that's when you have to really think to yourself, nope, I am honoring the system. I am going to help these 3 people, whoever they are. So I'm going to keep connecting until I find that person to help.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like my mentor, Jeff, like challenged me to really think about like, you know, getting back to the basics and like, Heather, what were you doing differently last year in order to, you know, go from 1 star to 7 star? And like, it was my mindset. It was everything I was fighting for. It was everything that I was trying to achieve. And now I've achieved so much. And I actually was so like, last week just was like life-changing for me, because Melanie Mitro, who's been a top coach for 2 years, total girl crush idol for me, shared, there was a video that her and Jeff Hill did that I'll share with you guys. And basically she was saying she was stuck. Like of course her goals and what she's achieved is way beyond mine, but everything's personal. Like it's how I feel about myself. Yeah. So yeah. I've had goals for myself. I've achieved them. There are other goals I want, but I got to a point in the business where I'm like, I'm really kind of happy. Like I'm making a good amount of money every week. I'm so proud of what you guys are doing, what my team is doing. I have bigger goals, but I'm almost like, what am I fighting for now? So I've had to reevaluate my goals. I've really had to think about, what am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? The reason why I'd fight in the beginning, and I was fighting in order to make enough money in order to move abroad. I really wanted that. Like last year I was fighting to get to 10-star diamond and to help you guys to be successful. Like that was a huge goal of mine, and I fought for it. And it's still a goal of mine, but like for some reason I'm now slightly confused on where I am. Like rank to me now isn't as important as it was before. So it's not pushing me as much. So income's important. So that's pushing me. But, you know, I'll admit to you guys, I'll be vulnerable. Like I have this other job now on top of Beachbody, and I'm making really good money between the two. So, and I'm not going to say that income's still not important to me, but like I'm not feeling that extra drive to make more income. So for me, really right now, it's about changing other people's lives. And it is powerful. And I think I need to realize how powerful that is. And I need to reconnect with other goals too. I mean, I'm still not completely out of debt. So who am I to say that like finance isn't a big goal for me still? It's weird. It's like, I still have this debt to pay off for my school. So I still need to be pushing for that income. So why am I not connecting with that? So like, that's where I'm at right now. I want you guys to know that like, I'm really like reevaluating the things that I'm fighting for. And I'll be honest with you, it's really hard place to just be at a place where you feel like you're just fighting to help other people and fighting for you guys to be successful, because I only have so much control out of that. And that's where I feel like I'm stuck. And that's why I think it's so important to have personal goals for yourself, things that you have power over, you have control over. That's what really gets you going. That's what gets you excited. Like, I'm going to make this amount of money to bring my family on a dream vacation. I'm going to make this much money so I'm not, I can not live paycheck to paycheck, or I can build the deck on my house that I wanted. Like, it's those type of goals. It's more personal goals that are really going to drive you. Unfortunately, like, I really believe that. I think helping people is a huge part of this, but I think it's a personal goals that's really going to drive you to make these type of things. Any goal that you set for yourself, Success Club, whatever it is, non-negotiable. Because, I was listening to this call today and it was like, don't think of it as points. Think of it as, I'm giving up on my dream. Like, literally, that's what you're doing. You're giving up on people and you're giving up on your dream when you decide that you're not going to hit this goal for the month. And, I can wait. I can push off to next month because, like, there's a sale. The 21-day fix is on sale. Like, you're pushing off your dream life. You're pushing off an opportunity for your family. You're pushing off maybe your happiness. So think of it that way. Think of it in that mindset. And again, we all go through times where we lose focus and we kind of, can't get into a place in our mindset where we understand what it is, but like, just reevaluate it. Just take a step back. And, one of the parts of this business, and it's hard, is like your goals are constantly changing and you need to be able to adapt to that. Like, of course your goals aren't going to be the same as they were day one, because you're achieving things and you're growing, and that's really exciting, but you have to constantly be reevaluating and understanding where you are in your life and the new things that you want.
I think too that if you give up on, because, and I don't know, for me, like if I give up on a goal, if I give up on Success Club, if I'm having that month, I'm like, shit, like, am I going to be able to make this? Then I'm like, yes, because I'm not going to give up on my team. I'm not going to give up on my team, because if I'm not doing it, then why the heck should they do it? Right? Like, we can only be successful if we're successful together.
Absolutely.
I've been stuck at the same income since God knows when. I don't even know. But like, I know that that's not going to change until my team is successful. And that's why I pour my flipping heart into the team. Like, that's what it's all about, like, just kind of, and that's why these systems are so important to me. And that's why, like, I'm trying so hard to get everyone on the team on the same page and just create something that we can all do.
I'm so happy you said that, because that's one of the big reasons why it's so important to do all of this as a team. Like, my success partner was saying to me, like, get them to see, like, this isn't about, like, honestly, guys, this is not about me at all. Volume helps all of us. Like, you're on my legs. Like, even it's not just your team, Lindsay. Like, there are other people on that leg that, like, if we create this momentum in the page, that will skyrocket for everyone. It's honestly, it shouldn't just be about your team, because you'll be way more successful if we do this as a huge team. We help everyone. That energy, that volume helps everyone. So this is what it's about. And that's why it's so important to kind of create this energy and this excitement and this team collaboration. And
that's true. And that's why I'm all about, like, anytime I have a team call, I'm like, come on my team call. Like, anything that inspires you, just like do it. Like, I want it to be a big collaborative effort. And if we can figure that out, then like, sky's the limit, honestly. Like, let's do it.
Everyone will just be happier, like, if we start creating that. Like, even these group challenge groups, like I loved what you said, Holly, today, because you get it. Like, she was like, it's not a new person buying the 3-day refresh, but it's going to create volume. Like, it's PV. Like, and I think it's harder for new coaches to understand that, and they don't always see it right away, obviously, because, like, it takes time in order to create volume. But honestly, I mean, I really think this is a powerful thing. I think we have a lot of coaches who have been coaches for a while. They need this volume. They need this energy. They need this kind of team collaboration in order to build it. And I'm really excited about it. I mean, I really want us to do this. I just think it will make us so much stronger as a team too. Like, there's so many of us going to Summit, and I can't wait. Like, it's like a mind blow for me. I'm so excited to see all you guys and to be there as a group. Like, literally, it's just going to be life-changing for so many people on this team. I know, Lindsay, you know, like, what Summit can do for you, but Holly, honestly, I know you were like maybe not going to go, and you'll just.
I got to go. I sat on my computer and I searched and searched and searched until I found a flight, and I was so excited. And I'm like trying to book it, and my credit card's not going through, and I was like, I found a flight. I was like shaking because, like, for me, you know, Lindsay and I have been talking about this forever. Like, I'm looking for a success partner at Summit. Like, I'm looking to learn more about this business and get like this fire lit even further underneath me. Like, I feel like Summit is such a launching pad for me because I feel like being just surrounded by you ladies online is amazing, you know, but being surrounded by everyone who gets it is even better. And then anytime I'm around you guys, you know, any chance you have to see your team, because that's a thing I think a lot of people don't realize. I think Lindsay, someone on your team posted the other day, like, you work with people every day and you never even see them, you know, but you feel like, you know, I feel like you girls are part of my family. So I'm like so excited to see you.
It's so crazy when you meet people. Like, when I met Lindsay for the first time, I'm like, I feel like we've been friends for 10 years. It's so weird. But, like, Summit's just so amazing in so many ways. I mean, the trainings themselves are just incredible. And then being with everyone in the community, like you're saying. I mean, I know, Holly, it's going to be so life-changing for you. And
Heather, you talked to me that day, and I was like depressed because I was really afraid that I was not going to Summit. Like, I was looking, my husband and I had a talk that morning about the flights and the prices and everything like that. And she's like, you don't even seem excited to talk to me. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I can barely talk. I'm so depressed right now. Like,
and then, Holly, I was like, just sell more challenge packs. I'm like, you have to go. You're like, but my husband doesn't think of it that way. I'm like, then make him.
I was a mess. But then I found this magic ticket to a flight, you know, and I had to like book extra days and all this crazy stuff. But I knew I had to go. Like, and that's the thing with me is, you know, even on the months where I'm down or I don't hit Success Club or there's always this part of me that's connected to coaching and connected to you guys. And like, you know, I know that it's always a part of me. And so that's what keeps me going. Like, even on my hardest days, I connect to that. For me, you know, the friendships and the coaching and the helping people, it keeps me going.
Yeah.
And so Summit is just like this thing I've been waiting. I said I've been waiting this for a year. Like, I'm not missing this. Like, you know, so I'm really, really excited that I'm going.
So pumped for the group workout again on a street. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be, I mean, I get to work out with Autumn. That's why this breathing thing, I'm like, I can't stop breathing because I have to work out with Autumn, and I'm doing a hammer and chisel workout with her. So I'm really excited.
You definitely have to get a picture with her.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at the opportunities for that. Everybody has pictures, you know, so I'm like, there's got to be
what I did and just like walk up to her when there's a mile-long line. Like, do you remember that, Heather, at the party? I was like, hey, Autumn, thank you. I have twins and you helped me lose my baby weight. And she's like, I'm so sorry, honey, but there's a line. I was like, sorry.
It was amazing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Can anyone get their picture taken, or do you have to hit certain Success Club points to do it?
So you can get, like, sometimes, I haven't even heard about this though. Usually you have to qualify in order to get pictures, but they're everywhere.
I just want to meet her.
But they're everywhere.
I'm just going to start tagging her in all my posts for the next 2 months, and then she'll want to meet me.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you'll probably have an opportunity. They're around. So, I mean, Tony Horton, I got a picture with my first year just by walking by him. So, like, they're all over the place.
I don't even need a picture. I just want to tell her that she's made an impact on my life. Do you know what I love about her, too, is she just posts videos and pictures and whatever. She doesn't care if she has makeup on. She's so real, and I love that. You know? Mm-hmm. That's great.
She posted, a great video, I don't know, on her page like last week or something about that, like about sharing just like her journey. And cause I think she had posted a picture after, yeah, this is what happened. She went on vacation with her sister, and then she posted a picture, and some people were saying that she's anorexic or like not healthy. So she like basically was like, you know, I'm the same as I was the picture of the 21 Day Fix infomercial. Like that was 2 years ago, but you know, my body, I'm probably the same weight. My body just looks different now. Like, I don't know. It was really inspiring, and she had no makeup on. And she was just sharing her story. And
Oh,
yeah, I like that.
You should look back to it because it was really good. I was like,
you know, because people see the pictures, you know, of her on the DVDs, and they think, oh, well, she's made up, or she's this, or but she doesn't. She does. If you watch her videos that she puts out, she's so open about herself. It's awesome.
you know.
Helps me be inspired by her even more. So I can't wait to meet her at Summit.
I'm so excited you guys are coming. It's going to be amazing.
I know. I'm petrified of flying. That's how you know I really want to go, because I do not like getting on planes.
it's all good.
Okay.
All right, guys, I got to hop off.
I should probably
Yeah, me too. It's little man's bedtime. So.
Well, I love you, ladies. I think this will be a great call to share with everyone. It's real. It's raw. I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's always good to see you.
You
I have
too.
like 3 pages of notes, so people will definitely get a lot from it.
And like Lindsay said, Holly, if you want, share your journey in the page. Honestly, like I think it's like my new coach Janet Price has been doing that a lot. She's almost using it as a challenge group, and I think it's really great. I think we need to create that culture more on the page and get people excited.
Same with like, you know, my coach Mary Ellen shared something on her page that she was like, I can't share it on my personal page yet or in my life right now, and I trust you guys, so I want to share it here. And I love that. Like that's the community that we're trying to build. So
Absolutely.
I'm starting my countdown to Summit tomorrow, so you guys will be seeing a lot more posts of me because I am going to be ready for Summit. I only have 2 months left, and I had a little hiccup with my breathing, but I'm going to be ready whether I just have to do it with nutrition or what.
Game on.
Right.
do it.
All right.
I'll
Love
see
you
you guys later. Get some sleep. Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.